everyone, welcome back to my channel. I do have a very important question to ask you guys. Will you be my Valentine? Happy Valentine's Day. I thought it would be really fun to do kind of some type of video for Valentine's Day, and I recently watched Ellen do a video like this and I thought it was such a good idea, so I kind of wanted to do one as well. So if you did see the title of this video in the thumbnail, which I'm sure you did because you clicked on it, today we are going to be reading some blind dates with a book. I'm so excited. So I ran to Etsy and I ordered 4 different genres. I ordered from the shop Hidden Sentences. She had a spot where you put your Goodreads link to like just make sure that you didn't get a book that you already read. I know that's like one of the things that people are nervous about blind date with the books is getting a book that they've already read. So I'm hoping that these aren't any books that I physically own because I have a really bad habit of buying books and then putting them on my shelf and not touching them for a while. So fingers crossed about that. If it is a duplicate or something, I can just like give it to my mom or sister or something like that. At least we know it'll be a book that I haven't read yet. The categories that I did get, I got dark romance, sci-fi, romantasy, and this is like spicy romance. The sci-fi is a little random, but it's because I want to start getting more into sci-fi books, and I figured what better way to get into sci-fi books than letting somebody else pick out a sci-fi book for me. And I do also have Project Hail Mary on my TBR for this month. If you haven't seen my prompt cards video, I've already got 2 sci-fi books that I'm reading this month, so I might do like a little sci-fi video at some point. I don't know, but I definitely want to get more into sci-fi. So we're gonna pick the first one and start reading it, and then I'm gonna hold off on opening them until like I go to read that category, so it's more exciting like for me and everything. I'm thinking maybe about doing romantasy first because I have been in like a fantasy mood. Stickers are so cute. I never like, anytime I get blind date with books, I never want to like actually open them because they're just so pretty. So I'm going to show you everything that's inside first. Whispering Wildflowers and Toasted Coconut Almond Bark. Oh my gosh, this one has a little face mask. How cute. Then of course we have some little tabs. And this is like a book clip to kind of like a bookmark clip, whatever you want to call it, like the magnetic ones. This, I love these things. These things are so cute. And then this highlighter that has a fine tip and the like chisel tip. Can I take these stickers off without like ruining them? Yeah, I can. I'm actually really nervous to see what book this is. Should I like let you guys see it first? Okay. I have this book, but I don't have this version of it. I have this version, so I low-key like might actually keep this one because I really like this version too. And I haven't finished Caraval, so is that like okay for me to read this? Probably, right? Like some people say that you kind of know like what happens if you read this before Caraval, but it doesn't ruin the reading experience. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for it. That's so funny. I really like this cover. Like at the time, I really liked this one, which is why I ordered this one, but then I started seeing people post pictures with this one and I was like, wait, that was kind of pretty too. And now I am glad that I have them both, so. You know what's really funny is Legendary is also on my TBR for February, so that's kind of hilarious. I'm really not the type that gets bothered like if things get spoiled or I find out things. Because I know a lot of people who read this series before they read Caraval and it didn't bother them, so I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. Let's just, I guess, go ahead and get started. You already know I've got my heated blanket. I'm actually really excited to start this because I've been wanting to read this for so long and I just kept putting off Caraval because I don't know. I just kept putting it off. You know what I mean? Like I love Caraval, don't get me wrong, but like I just kept forgetting about it. But I kept looking at this and I was like, I really want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. Like every girl talks about Jax, you know what I mean? And I was like so tempted so many times to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna read it before I finish Caraval. And I was like, well, no, everybody says you have to read that. Let me just do it the right way. So now I'm kind of glad that this is like forcing me to read this because I've been wanting to read this. Like I've had more excitement to read this then finish Caraval. And don't get me wrong, I love Caraval. I think the only reason I keep putting Caraval off is because the second book is about Tella, and I just like don't really care for her right now. It's not that serious. I think what happened was I read Caraval the same time as I read The Cruel Prince. So in my head, Taryn and Tella, they're just like one and the same. But which I know that's not the case, but I think that's just kind of like how I'm grouping them in my head right now. So I'm so excited that I have this copy and that pink copy. I don't know why. I just feel like that's gonna look so cute on my shelf next to each other. I think this is off to a really good start. Does anyone else love having multiple copies of books? Because I have like a couple books that I definitely have multiple copies of, like with no shame. Like yeah, I don't care. If it looks cute, it's going on my shelf. If it's a book I love, I want more copies of it, you know? I'm just a girl. Clearly I just want it to be like we're on FaceTime, but we should just start FaceTiming at this point, because I just sit here and talk. I don't even actually know what this is about. Desperate to stop the wedding, is it Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic immortal Prince of Hearts? That's Jax, right? But she soon discovers that bargaining with the Prince of Hearts is a dangerous game. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever or the most exquisite tragedy. What is with these people and their games that end in tragedy? Oh my god. Why is it always the sister or the stepsister? Like, always. I feel like I'm reading a literal fairy tale. Like, I'm only on page 13 and I'm already eating this up. Like, I'm so excited to read this. How many pages even is this? Okay, a little over 400. Like, barely. Like, 402 or something. Oh, so it's not her wedding. Okay, why does he already have me giggling? I can see why everybody loves Jax. He's just, I don't know. That's insane. Stone? This is supposed to be a heart, so just picture a heart. I need to put headphones on because my boyfriend is out there gaming with his friends. And he keeps talking so loudly, so I'm gonna find a Once Upon a Broken Heart playlist. Oh wow, hello, okay, wow. Excuse you. Why are you sitting like that? Like you had such a long day at work? You're waiting for like a glass of beer or something? Why do you look like that? With your elbow up and everything? Oh, such a long day at work, right? Huh, cannoli? Oh, you're so stinking cute. It hurts me. Oh my god, okay, I can see the parallels now because she just got an invite from Scarlett. I know that Jax makes an appearance in one of the like Caraval books. I don't know which one. But is that where he is when they're talking about him being missing in this book? About how he was like missing for a period of time? I'm on page 141 so far. She's like theorizing that him and Donatella, like, she broke his heart or something like that. So I'm assuming when he's missing, he was like in Caraval. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. I can see why people say to obviously read Caraval first, because you obviously meet Scarlett and Donatella and you learn all of that. And apparently, you know, Jax is there too. But so far, I feel like it does not take away from this story at all. And granted, I did read the first one, so I do know who Scarlett and Donatella are. But I feel like so far, if you were wanting to read this and didn't want to read Caraval first, I don't see it being a big issue. But don't take my word for it just yet, because I still have a while to go. But I'm loving this book. I feel like it literally is reading like a fairy tale. Stephanie Garber, the way she writes, you literally just get like sucked into the book. Like you feel like you are there and in the book. The writing is very atmospheric, and I don't know if whimsical is like the right word, but can't stop. So, I mean, hello, I'm literally already on page 141. I was only gonna read like 50 pages today. Okay, it is the next day, and I honestly was not going to read today because work just literally kicked my butt. Like, I was so exhausted by the end of the day. Like, I was like, I just want to like sleep. So I laid in bed and I was like ready to take a nap or just like sleep for the rest of the night, like hibernate for a little bit. But I could not stop thinking about this book. Like, actually, I think I'm addicted to this book so far. I don't know, like I've said 1,000 times, like it's just kind of like I'm reading a legit fairy tale. Like, it feels like I'm watching an episode of like Once Upon a Time. It's just very like fairy tale-y, and it's not a word, but that's fine. Long story short, I was laying in bed about to take a nap and I was like, no, I'm gonna get up and read. I don't even know if I updated you guys last night, but I am on chapter 22, page, oh, there's not a page number. Where's the page number? So like 161. So I really wanted to finish it today, but I don't think that's going to happen just because I am getting such a late start in the day. I was so convinced I was just going to hibernate for the rest of the night. So I think I'm going to make coffee. Let's go do that. And then, ooh, I'm gonna make cookies. I have like Valentine's type like cookies. Okay, so I'm gonna make my coffee and cookies. So I'll see you in the kitchen. Lighting is atrocious, but I don't think you guys have actually seen like my coffee bar yet. I just like set her up last week and she's so cute. And like, let me show you her. Ignore all of my dog's toys over there. I know it's overflowing. But yeah, this is her. I do have, I feel like I have to say this every single time, but I do have everything that I got from Amazon for this coffee bar like in my storefront, but you don't have to like buy from it. I don't know. I feel like I always have to tell you that because I don't want to be annoying. But all right, let's make my coffee. If you ever notice like random like black lines go across my screen, like it's very subtle, but if you notice it and you know why it's doing that, can somebody let me know? Because it's driving me crazy. Like I'll notice it every now and then and I'm like, why are you doing that? So these are the cookies. They're so cute. Cute. I should just make like a giant cookie cake. I'm not even like halfway done with this book and I feel like it's gonna be a 5-star. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, this book just feels like I feel like I'm transported here. I know I keep saying that. Like, even Caraval felt very like fairy tale-esque. Like, I just... I have about about 30 minutes until I have to work, and I was gonna rot. This is the time I normally wake up. I was gonna, you know, rot in bed for a little bit, but I just can't stop thinking about this book. I'm gonna read a little bit before work because I fear I will not be able to work efficiently if I don't read a little bit more. I'm just gonna like think about the book all day. I'm probably gonna do that regardless, but I just can't get over like how good this is. And like I was putting it off, like I said, for a good reason because I wanted to finish Caraval first, but now like I'm really glad that I'm just like reading it now because it's just so good. But it is going to be harder to go back and read Caraval now that I know about like this side of Jax, but that's okay. I just think it's really funny that Legendary is literally on my TBR for this month. Like I literally picked that one specifically because I was like, okay, well let me finish this series so I can read Once Upon a Broken Heart. So isn't that funny how that works? Like I have a bunch of, can you see the caramel? Oh my god. That's going to be so good. Good morning. Oh my goodness, good morning. Come here. Good morning. I normally leave him in bed. He will happily, like, I got so blessed with this dog because he will sleep in until 10:30, like happily. He will be mad. Like if I try to wake him up earlier to take him outside, he's like he does not want to get up, but he's just gonna go right back to bed. Jax actually has hope of finding his true love someday. All Jax wants is some love. I feel like the big three are like Aaron Warner, Carden, and Jax. I don't know, I feel like those are like the big three for like these style books, even though they're all different style books. But like I just, for some reason, I can't think of one of them without the other. Like if I'm thinking of Jax, I'm also thinking of Carden and Aaron. Or can somebody tell me that they know exactly what I'm talking about so I don't feel crazy? It makes sense in my head. I feel like they're all like the same but like different fonts, you know? Hello. Welcome to After Work. I have a energy drink. I can't get up because my dog, so this is how I'm getting the camera. I love how Jax says all he did was tell you he liked you. That was his grand gesture. Haven't any other boys been nice to you? Because it's giving the same energy as Aaron Warner when he compared Adam to like a dog. And he said, you should just get a dog. I heard they share the same qualities. Oh my god, are you kidding? This was so good. You don't know how bad I want to read the next one, but I genuinely think I should finish the Caraval series before this. I am in love with Jax. I love Evangeline. I love this world. This was so fun because it was so like whimsical and like fairy tale vibes, but it was also kind of like this mystery. I don't know. And then there was vampires. I didn't know there was vampires. Like there was so much in this book. Like it's not like a crazy big book. Like because it's YA, like even though it was 400 pages, it read really, really fast. I'm addicted. I think this is gonna have to be 5 stars. I got such a good feeling from this book and I genuinely like could not stop thinking about it. So I think we're gonna have to do 5 stars. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do, I have spicy romance, dark romance, and sci-fi left. And I think I'm gonna do dark romance and then sci-fi and then romance. That way there's like a romance in between each. Alright, so this is the dark romance. So in this one we have another little bookmark clippy thingy. Then we got a nice little brown highlighter. Ooh, I don't have this color like in any of my highlighting things, I don't think so. Another little face mask. Some tabbies. I'm excited to see the teas. I'm going to be giving this one to my boyfriend. It's another coconut one. But this one sounds really good. Salted caramel black tea. And then another reading list. I'm nervous. Hopefully it's not another one that I already own. But that one was fine because like I said, I own a different edition of it. So I didn't really care that much. And then I got to annotate that one. Stop it. This has literally been on my list. I've heard this series is so good. I heard Sinner and Saint are way better than the first one, but I've been really wanting to read this series. I don't think I've read, oh, I have read one book where it's like, I don't know what the word is, but where it's like a priest type dark romance thing, and he's not really a priest, but he was like a priest's son, and it was Antihero by Sarah Kate, and that book was so good. So I have this one, and I just bought another one that I'm actually going to be reading in a dark romance vlog. So this is about Tyler and Poppy. Tyler, it sounds like he is on the path to becoming like a priest. It says that all changes when the delicious, sultry voice of Poppy sinks his claws into him through the screen of his confessional booth, and he can't get her sins out of his head. This takes like forbidden love or whatever to a whole other level. I don't know. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I guess we're just gonna jump right in. I don't know if I'm gonna annotate this one, if we're being honest. Sometimes dark romances are like harder to annotate. Like if I'm reading on my Kindle, I'll like highlight some things, but like physically annotating a dark romance, I'm kind of like, do I wanna highlight that? I don't know. Like, do I really wanna tab that? I think it just really depends on the book. I don't know if this is gonna be one that I annotate, but we'll see. So let's just start reading, I guess. I'm literally only 17 pages into this, and this is already insane. Like, he literally just met her and he already wants to like jump her. He listens to Britney Spears while he runs. I love like looking up fan art for books to like obviously see what they look like or what people think they look like, just to kind of get more of like a visual in my head. This is them. I fear that I need more fan art. Oh my god. The detail that she is going in right now, talking to him, when she literally has spoken to him maybe like 2 or 3 times. This is insane. This is actually like the most taboo thing that I think I've ever read. Like, the thoughts that he is having are insane. I'm not even Catholic and I'm like, oh my god. I can't process my like feelings and emotions about this book, because it's like, I'm not like loving it, but some of these moments are like I don't hate it either. Like, it's crazy because this book isn't like 5-star amazing, like, but I can't stop reading it. It's like insane, but in like such a good, like, taboo, forbidden type way. She went to go like leave the confession booth, and he literally like jumped out and ran to the other side and like blocked it, like put both hands on the door, whatever, the entry, so she like can't move. And then he says, what in the actual fuck am I doing? Because his like inner conflict is amazing. What the heck? Sorry? look how pretty my coffee looks. I feel like it's not a Brittany vlog unless I don't have coffee every 5 seconds in the vlog. But I'm about halfway. I just got to page 161, chapter 15. I feel wrong for loving this. I fear I may be developing like a priest. I will say that I feel like it should have been more slow burn, because when it's such like a forbidden taboo romance like this, like I feel like that's like one of the ultimate forbidden romances. It would have been so much better as like a super slow burn with like that tension and angst and everything, rather than, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's like the second or third time they saw each other, they're already like jumping each other, you know? So that's the only thing, but it also could be because the book is shorter. It's like 200 and something pages. So my plan is to finish that today, and then we're going to do, I think, sci-fi next, and then we're going to end with just a nice little romance. What the hell, Poppy? 7 months? 7 months later? There better be a good explanation for this, because girl, I'm actually irritated. I don't even care to read the epilogue. This just pissed me off. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this book. I don't know. I don't like Poppy. Like, literally, what was the point of all of that? Up until, like, this point, it was good. This might be potential spoilers if you care to read this book, so maybe skip the next couple minutes. But I don't like Poppy because, what was that? Seven months? You guys went 7 months. Nobody thought to reach out to each other. Like, this giant miscommunication between the two. Like, I don't even know how to rate this. I can't even decide how I feel about this book, because did I enjoy this book just because it was taboo and forbidden and like the spice was like spicing? Like, there wasn't really any like tension or slow burn or anything like that. I don't know what to rate this. I really don't. It's not that it's like objectively bad. I'm just like pissed off at it. I love this and I hate this at the same time. So I don't know what to rate this. I'm gonna have to sit on that one, because like I'm just so mad about like the last 15%. Clearly, I literally threw the book. Like, I don't care. Let's normalize throwing books when they piss us off. Anyways, let's go ahead and open the sci-fi book. Let's move on. Alright, so here's the sci-fi one. We've got, of course, some teas. We have some Earl Grey. I love Earl Grey. And then Cozy Chamomile face mask. I'm gonna put over here for now. Ooh, these tabs are fun. I've never had like neon tabs. I am into this. Wait. Okay, yeah, no, I'm into that. Cute little yellow clip and a yellow highlighter. I don't know why I just got so excited about a yellow highlighter, because I know that's like the average highlighter color, but like this is a different type of yellow. I don't know, I just like it. One of these. I've actually been wanting to read this. What if you were given a chance to fix your past? Enter the Midnight Library. Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth, she finds herself transported to the Midnight Library, where each book contains an alternate life. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question. What is the best way to live? Wait, this sounds really good, actually. This sounds really good, and like I've been seeing this and I was like intrigued by it, like I wanted to read it, but at the same time, like this is never a book that I probably would have like gone out of my way to get or read. So this is why I like blind dates with books. Same thing with Priest. Like I probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to read it unless it was like given to me. So yeah, that's why I like blind date with books, because you get to read books that you probably wouldn't think of, and half the time you end up enjoying them, or at least, you know, you got to read them. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and get started with this one. This is low-key kind of like making me sad. It kind of feels like too real. Like I was kind of hoping with sci-fi that I was gonna get like more, not this type of sci-fi, but like, you know, sci-fi. Like this is sci-fi, but it's also kind of like a philosophical fiction type thing too. And like it's good, but I feel like it's kind of like hitting a little bit. It's like one of those things, like, you know, like as much as I love like real life books and nonfiction books and stuff like that, like you have to be in the mood for them. Like I still haven't read A Little Life, for example, because it's like it's too real. And when I read, a lot of the times it's because I want to just like escape, you know, real life. Like normally when I'm reading like a nonfiction book, it's like a memoir or like a history type thing or some sort of mythology. So far, I think she's like, I don't know, it keeps like counting down, like 27 hours before I die, 9 hours before I die, 5 hours before I die. And then like this last one was kind of like a note. It says how she checked like her social media and like nobody is answering her and stuff. It was, she decided a very good time to die. Like, I don't know, this is making me really sad. Like, I don't know if I'm in like the right headspace right now to read this. I know like, I'm sure like this obviously gets better, but I feel like it's gonna be like a deep story that's going to hit about like life. And I don't know if I'm in like the headspace for that. So I might audiobook this, to be honest, while I'm playing Sims or Hogwarts Legacy or even cleaning or something, because I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to get through it for now. I'll audiobook it for a little bit and then see the direction it's going. If it's getting like more happy, then I'll pick up the actual book again. If not, I'll probably just keep listening to the audiobook. I just want to be honest with you guys, you know what I mean? So we're going to do the audiobook for a little bit and then go from there. It's good so far. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's good. I just like, I have to be in the mood for like those life books. Alright, so I'm on page 135. It's interesting. It's not like as sad or whatever as I thought it was going to be, and there's actually like some good quotes. I don't know if you can see like my annotations. So I'm like enjoying it, but I will say like it's kind of starting to feel like a little repetitive. Like not repetitive as far as like the things happening, but it's kind of like just her trying out these different lives and then realizing it's like not what she wants, where I'm finding myself kind of zoning out a little bit. But I don't hate it. I'm definitely enjoying it, and I feel like there's a lot of life lessons, I guess you could say, like in this book, or just like things like quotes and sayings and stuff that's kind of like just hitting, like things that are happening where I'm just like, dang, you know what I mean? I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it just kind of is starting to feel a little like, okay, yep, now she's going to the next life, like let's, you know, switch it up a little. But also that's kind of like the whole point of the book, so I can't really like be mad about that because it's the literal entire plot of the book. That's just my thoughts so far. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm probably gonna read about like halfway tonight maybe and then stop. I mean, I'm pretty much almost halfway anyways, so I feel like there's some really good quotes in here that I highlighted that I would love to kind of just use this as like a reference. My eyes are like actually watering. I actually finished this today. I take back literally everything I said about this book in the beginning. This book was amazing. I don't know. I just feel like this is like one of those books that just found me at the right time, and it just like hit really hard, and it was very like inspiring. Yeah, this is definitely a 5-star for me. I think there were so many like beautiful quotes in here that I want to be able to kind of reference often. At the end where she did a big post on like her social media and everything, and I'm just gonna like kind of put this here. Actually, let me put a clip. That way if you guys want to like pause and read it, I really liked it. I just really enjoyed it, and actually I don't think it was repetitive in the way that I thought it was. there was like lessons and things to be learned each time, which I mean obviously again is kind of like the whole point of this, but no, I loved this, and I'm really glad that I got this because I don't think I would have picked it up or read it by choice anytime soon. Even though it was like on my TBR, I just don't typically like tend to gravitate towards stuff like this unless I'm really in the mood for it. This was just really good. I don't know how to even explain it, but it was very good. Definitely, if you have any interest in reading this, check any potential triggers or anything. There are very heavy topics in this that could be like triggering to somebody, so definitely check those prior to you reading. But yeah, and I think we're gonna go ahead and open the romance one as well. I might read a little bit tonight, or I might save it for tomorrow, but let's just go ahead and open it and see. Oh my god, I love this sticker. That is so cute. So same thing, we got a little clippy. We got one of these. I actually started using one of these, and I'm writing out like my February books that I read, and I don't know, they're actually kind of cool. Tabs and highlighter. Face mask. I'm so glad that I got another salted caramel because I haven't tried that one yet, but it just sounds really good. And ooh, this one sounds really good too. Orange rind and sweet spice black tea. Oh my god, I haven't read this, but if you've been like watching my channel for a while, you know that I've become the biggest Megan Quinn stan. And wait, why have I never heard of this? Martin and Peggy believe love should last a lifetime with their 50th wedding anniversary on the horizon. I wonder if this is like different than her typical writing style. They've molded a beautiful relationship for their 3 children, but the lesson hasn't quite caught on. The 3 siblings just can't seem to take a chance to find love in their own lives. So we've got Ford, the oldest, Cooper, the middle child who can't get past his divorce, and Palmer, the baby of the family, the free-spirited world traveler who always pictured herself with someone other than the small-town family doctor. The siblings come together to plan the ultimate anniversary party for their parents, and they'll have to navigate romantic entanglements, sibling rivalries, and the definitive end of their childhood. This is so interesting. So is this following 3 different characters? I'm very intrigued by this. I've never heard of this, but I am a big Megan Quinn fan now, so I hope it's like really funny because I feel like her writing style is very funny, but this kind of sounds like it might be more of like a serious type thing. I think I'm gonna start this now, to be honest. Quick update, I looked it up on Goodreads, and a lot of people are saying, oh, this is one of the funniest books I've read in a long time. I laughed out loud so many times. Writing from 6 POVs takes great skill. So yeah, that was another thing that was kind of worrying me, is that this is following 6 different characters because it's the siblings, and then I think their love interests also get POVs, I'm assuming. But then again, I read Zodiac Academy and there's like 40 POVs, I feel like, in that book. So yeah, I don't think I should be that worried. But a lot of the reviews are people saying like that it was good, funny, very enjoyable. Now I'm excited, so now we can go start. I was just thinking, that's crazy because this is all the same day. Like, I finished Priest, I started and finished the Midnight Library, and now I'm starting this, which I'm absolutely not going to finish today. But I'm like, damn, I should have just done a 24-hour challenge at this point. Should I pick which sibling I'm going to like the most out of these 3, just like based on no information, and then see how I feel at the end? Oh my god, speaking of, unrelated, I finally submitted my review for Priest. I think it's the funniest thing ever. You probably don't care, but I'm gonna show you what I said, and then we'll get back to this book, I promise. But so I decided on 3 stars because I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. You know what I mean? That just kind of felt like a good choice. But this is my review. All right, so we have Ford, who's the oldest, devoted to his work and resistant to romance. Cooper, who can't get past his divorce until he reconnects. And then Palmer. So 2 boys and 1 girl. I feel like Ford is going to be the one that I end up liking the most because he's resistant to romance, which means that he's going to find someone who's going to completely turn his world around, and I feel like he's going to be grumpy. I don't know. I don't know actually what this book So I looked up like tropes. So the three, I guess, main tropes are like boss slash assistant, one night stand, and reconnecting with high school crush as adults. But then there's obviously like sibling relationship as well going on. Not like that. Oh my god, not like that. Like, not like that. I think it's just kind of like reconnecting as siblings. I don't know. I don't know what I'm yapping on about. Let's just start. I don't know how Megan Quinn just makes things so like effortlessly funny. I fear I might have been wrong. It seems like Cooper is kind of like the grump, and I kind of like him, but I do like Ford. I haven't gotten Palmer's point of view yet, but I don't know why I'm trying to pick which character I'm gonna like the most when I'm 20 pages in, but okay, I'm really enjoying this book, but I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna go to bed and call it a night. I got to page 53 and I'm really liking this so far, and the multiple POVs from like the siblings and then their like love interests are not confusing at all. Like, it just flows so good. Okay, it is the next day. We're gonna continue the reunion by Megan Quinn. I can't remember what I said last, but I thought it would be confusing with like the 6 POVs, but it's really not. It's really easy to follow, and like I'm actually really enjoying this. Let's go ahead and continue the reunion. Oh my god. Oh my god, the drama. The drama. I am finished with the reunion by Megan Quinn. I enjoyed this so much more than I thought I would. I really thought that like the 6 POVs was going to be like confusing or overwhelming, because like I said, I feel like it really only works in like fantasy books for some reason. So I didn't think like a romance book it was going to work out at all. I thought that I would get like mixed up, but I really loved it. I loved having multiple POVs, and I loved that this was about 3 siblings and we got it all in one book. This could have just as easily been like a 3-book series following each sibling, but it was so nice having it all like interconnected together in one book. Like, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I will say Ford is definitely my favorite. Like, yeah, he had some stuff to work through. He kind of didn't like hear out his siblings and stuff, but at the same time I feel like they gave him reason to do that. Like, I feel like Palmer and Cooper were kind of just petty, especially Palmer. I feel like she was just acting very childish for most of the time. There's a scene where they're all out at dinner together, like by accident, and they could have all just like been mature and sat there and enjoyed a nice dinner, but instead like Palmer and Cooper specifically were just kind of like at each other's throats, and then the significant others kind of like got involved and Ford got involved, and it just became like this whole thing, and it was like, you guys literally could have all just minded your business and sat through dinner, you know? So like dumb things like that, and like just them constantly trying to like throw each other under the bus. So I'm glad like things ended up getting worked out, but I don't know, I did really enjoy this. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. I think I'm gonna do 4 stars. I didn't get like that 5-star feeling, but it was really, really enjoyable, and it still had like the Megan Quinn humor. The spice was good, so I actually would really recommend this, and I'm really surprised that I've literally never heard of this book until now. That is the end. We've read all 4 blind dates with books. If I was to rate them all, I would obviously Once Upon a Broken Heart would have to be first. Then I think I would do The Reunion, then The Midnight Library, and then I think Priest. I really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys did too. I really enjoyed the whole blind date thing and not knowing what I'm reading up until that moment. It was a little nerve-wracking because I was like, oh gosh, what book am I about to get right now? But it was really fun, and I definitely recommend her shop. Like I said, I love that she has you put her Goodreads link. That way you're not getting something that you have read. That is it for today's video. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that thumbs up. That way I know that you like this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.